The cookie cutter tool is nothing more than, I guess you could call it a pre-shaped crop tool. If you go to your cookie cutter in your toolbox, click on it, or double click it, choose it, I guess it would be a better way. And if you go up here in your drop down, first of all, your initial, if you're using Photoshop for the first time, your initial selection is going to be very limited. You have very few tools available to you. I typically like just go ahead and click this flyout arrow here, these flyout arrows, and you do have a variety of, different, let's say, folders of different types of shapes. I'm just going to click all element shapes because I can see them all. And if I drag this out, make this a lot bigger, and let's see, where am I going? Here we go. It's still working. Let it finish working here once. Let's get this dragged out maybe even a little bigger if I can. This is, do like this. Simply gives you some option, oops, that was the wrong one to drag. This one, it's working. Gives you some way to look at all the shapes available and see a little more the variety you've got that you can work with here. And Photoshop is being a little funky this morning. There it goes. So, okay. So I've got a variety of shapes you can work with here, and like I said, they are pre-shaped crop tools is what they are. So let's suppose that I take, well, here's an acorn shape. Let's just choose that right here. Let's choose that one. That's my shape I'm using, and I can close that window right there. If I go on this image right here, if I start dragging right here, you see it forming the shape of an acorn. Well, I can kind of do like that. Right now I've isolated just that piece of pottery, that goose right there. If I click my check mark, and I've now cropped it to that shape right there. Okay, suppose I want to use that in a different image. If I go to File, New, Blank File, let's stick with Portrait 8x10, 300 DPI, RGB color, white is fine. Let's choose that, okay. I can, let's enlarge this a little bit here. I can go here, and actually with my Move tool, if I just take my Move tool, I just drag this over here, like so. I can close this original image here, and I'm going to say no, I don't want to save changes to that image. But now I have that image, that pre-shaped cropped item, as a separate layer on this new document. Okay, with using a Move tool in the bounding box, I can then enlarge it. I could make it smaller. I could rotate it. All kinds of things you can do with it then. Let's say apply that transformation. Let's undo my bounding box here. You can add, let's see, you want to bevel, see what happens with that. Okay, I could do that. Make that bevel a little more pronounced. Okay, and now if I zoom in on it, you can see now that that image, oops, let's use my spacebar to hold that. That image now is starting to look as though it's more dimensional, three-shaped, three-dimensional in form. And that's basically what the cookie cutter does. It gives you an option to do pre-shaped tools or pre-shaped crops for some various projects that you might have in mind. So, and again, you've got a variety of shapes you can choose from. Some are full shapes like this. Some will give you a frame around your image. If you go up here once, let's see once here if I can. Some of these will frame your image, give you a kind of a ragged edge around it. There's a variety of things you do. Some you can do if you want to come up with a certain shape to use on a colored background. You can put it onto a colored panel first of all, and then crop it out of there. So a variety of things you can get accomplished with the cookie cutter tool, but that's kind of what works. Real simple explanation here to it.